Trick McGang bringing you coverage between the University of, So I'm going to throw it down to Justin Long for player introduction. Or we might not be doing starting lineups this evening. Looks like we're just going to get started right away. No national anthem, no starting lineups. As we play for third place in the Wasatch Cup. Technically 5 teams in it this year. It was Utah State, who's playing right now, BYU, University of Utah, Weber State, and Utah Valley, and Brigham Young had a play-in game. And we're underway here in Salt Lake for tonight's matchup between Brigham Young and Utah State for the third place game of the Wasatch Cup. So last night, both these two squads played their first round games, and Utah State was victorious. University of Utah was victorious over Utah State, and a pretty lopsided game. And BYU and Weber State played a pretty close game. For the most part, it was a close game, but it was a great one to watch. Now we're here for the third place game. So the faceoff is going to be down in the Utah State end, as it's Thunderhorse taking the draw for Brigham Young. I almost don't even need a roster tonight. Called so many games against, I think, 2 each for both. Well, I had Brigham Young yesterday and then earlier on in the season. So, yeah, two games each. So we're pretty familiar with the names here. Hopefully I can get them right. There's a couple of unnamed players on a couple of the rosters, so try our best to locate those names and numbers. But it's BYU in front having a shot, and it's saved, and the puck is cleared out. It's Rudder with McCackney dumping it back in, and Heck's going to chase it as Lallier comes into the zone. Number 5 in the corner for Utah State. Utah State ranked number 7. ACHA D2 Western Region. BYU ranked 17 out of 20 teams. As the whistle's going to blow. Slashing call is going to be assessed to Utah State, it looks like. That was the Achilles heel for Utah State last night. They took some bad penalties. And that's kind of what led to the eventual blowout. But it'll be a 2-minute penalty for slashing on McCackney. As that faceoff is won, it's Eisenstadt passing it over. A shot, it's blocked. BYU did a good job early on yesterday getting on the board early on. And tonight they're going to obviously try and do the same thing as Martinez across ice pass, and they just work the puck around the perimeter. It's Eisenstadt at the point, passing it back. It's Eisenstadt, he has a shot, it's blocked in front. A shot, they score, top shelf, and it's tipped in front to get in the back of the net, and the Utah State goaltender asking the referee about something, but that's a power play goal for BYU, and once again, they're on the board quite early on here as the Cougars of Brigham Young take a 1-0 lead 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the contest. Referee is going to gather and talk about this one. Who knows what the call is going to be. I'm not sure what it could have been. I'm not sure why the goal was going to be waved off. There was a tip in front. It doesn't look, I don't believe the stick that tipped the shot was above the crossbar. I didn't really get to see the play real well. All I kind of saw was a shot thrown in front, and then out of nowhere, the puck kind of bounced up. And the goal is going to be waved off. The goal is going to be waved off. And see, obviously in the ACHA, they can't just, go over to the scorer's booth and go to Toronto with the play. They gotta talk about what each official saw, and they have to just talk about what happened. And if they think it's not a goal, they'll call it back, and that's a good example of it right there. So that goal from BYU taken off the board, and we're still tied here at 0. But BYU remains on the power plays. It's Martinez playing off the boards. Barris was there. Now it's Eisenstadt back over to Martinez. Martinez stick handles up top. Eisenstadt down to Barris to Martinez. Good puck movement here from the Cougars of BYU. He sends it back to Barris. Point pass Eisenstadt. Cross ice pass. Another shot one time is wide. Martinez passes it up to Eisenstadt. And BYU's going to regroup. And 1 minute to go on their power play. As BYU's lone goal actually came on the power play. It's a tripping call against Utah State. And BYU to the 5-on-3 for the next 52 seconds. So 5-on-3 for the Cougars, great opportunity. But as I was mentioning, BYU yesterday, their first goal of the game and their lone goal of the game was they scored 2. But their first goal of yesterday's contest, scored by Christensen in the high slot, was a power play goal. As now it's Eisenstadt. Cross ice pass. A shot, good save there by Lane from Utah State. Take a look here. Face-off won by the Cougars. It's Stroud at the point. Over to Eisenstadt. The same power play unit's been out there for a while. There's been a lot of whistles on this power play. They have a shot and a great save as gets a tad chippy after the whistle there. That'll be Barris taking the draw for BYU, trying to win it. 38 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Won by BYU. Sent up top, but a good tip by Johnston to force BYU to regroup and reset. Stroud to Barris. Barris into the zone. He comes. Drops it back off for Stroud. Stroud tries to get it to Eisenstadt. He whiffs a couple of times, sends it deep. Barris along the corner. Christensen's going to come help him out, play this puck on his backhand, and that puck's going to find its way all the way out as it'll be Manzella coming out. Eisenstadt. Good play there by Eisenstadt as he skates the puck into the Utah State end. He moves it around on his stick, dumps it in. Barris along the boards, and McKechnie is going to come out of the box. 1 minute left to go on the BYU 5-on-4 now. They have a shot from the point. It's blocked. Kept in by Eisenstadt. Sends it back in. Stroud. One-time pass for Christensen. Off the mark. As it's McKechnie along with Eisenstadt. Pass down low. Stroud sends it into the corner again. Hits the skates of Barris. And McKechnie gets possession, rings it around. Kept in by Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt skating, sends it to Stroud. His pass picked off. He ends up with possession again after a couple bounces, sends it deep. So there's a one-time pass in the center. Adams fought for it, but it was sent all the way down. 10 seconds to go on the man advantage for Brigham Young. And they're just going to tip this one in. And Green is just about ready to get out of the box, as he does. And Utah State kills off every penalty they've been assessed so far early on this evening. As now it'll be Green winding up, shooting. Good blocker save, Manzella. As here comes BYU on the counterattack. Backhand shot. He scores! BYU gets that goal back. And it's Ian Thundhorst for the Cougars, using his backhand. And BYU able to bounce back quickly after the no-goal call. And there's a prime example of it right there as the Cougars convert on a great opportunity as they take the early lead once again, as they did last night. And they are currently playing for third place in the Wasatch Cup. As there's a play in front, another good opportunity for BYU. As Utah State comes up the other way. A shot, good blocker save, Manzella. Puck played along the boards. It's Rudder. Forward pass. It's dumped in. Rudder in prime for BYU. They center a pass. BYU once again, a nice little pass. That kind of beat Lane there, but it was errant as it's Stroud now. Skating. Having a shot, good save, and the rebound was loose as it's sent all the way down to the opposite end, and that's going to be icing against Utah State. And just a reminder that after this game, the championship game of the Wasatch Cup will be played between the University of Utah and Weber State University. That'll be here. And a couple hours after this game, for third place, as the players pinned along the boards there, it's Stroud. Utah State struggling to get it out. The puck's been on the Utah State end for a majority of this game so far. And technically on paper, Utah State is the better team by a lot. But tonight, I guess that doesn't matter. As I've said before, on any given day, it doesn't matter what your record is or what those numbers are. Anyone can beat anyone as that shot is laced off of a Utah State player. Any given day, it can be any given result. And right now, BYU taking control of this game as it's Thundhorst, the goal scorer for the Cougars, and it's sent all the way down. And that'll also be icing once again. Utah State has some tired players out there. Not sure what the official ruling was after last night, but there were quite a few Utah State players that were disqualified from the game. As here comes Utah State again. They have a centering pass in front one time. They score. It's Lallier evening the game at 1 on a great opportunity, as that's a one-time play that you convert every single time. Lallier and the Aggies taking that goal right back and evening it things at 1. And we got some Utah State fans in the building tonight. I have some sort of chants that they have. And yeah, I didn't know this before coming out to Utah. This is my first year out here, but hockey is big up in Logan. And as me and Jay were talking yesterday, it's kind of surprising they haven't moved to the Division I level of ACHA play, because they are definitely a program that can be there. Fernandez has the puck for Utah State. Good stick by Smith. So that shot is hit right off of a Cougar and bounces out of the zone as they change up lines. Now it'll be Christensen. Nice move there. He comes into the zone, has a shot. It's blocked. They have a one-time play in front. Barris has a shot, but it's saved by Lane. $11:10 to go in the first. BYU and Utah State evened up at 1 after Utah State very recently just they just scored after BYU got the first one. And that puck's played along the boards. It's Lallier. He's the goal scorer for Utah State. There's a big hit in front. This game could get pretty physical as it moves on. I can definitely foresee that. It got pretty physical later on in the game when Utah and Utah State were playing yesterday. But we shall see how things progress. That puck is played out, forcing Utah State to regroup. It's McCackney. He has a shot, goes wide. Puck goes into the corner. Martinez plays it off the wall for Adams. There's a shot, good save by Manzella. Eisenstadt, one of the premier defenders on this team, is it Stunhorst again. Comes to the zone, he has a teammate, has a shot, and it goes wide after a tip and goes out of play, actually. And just in case, actually, I didn't mention this for those of you watching who might not be from either fan base of Utah State or Brigham Young. Utah State, or actually just in general, BYU is wearing the black jerseys tonight, currently going from right to left, shooting on the left side. And Utah State, the opposite of that. They are wearing the gray jerseys, going from left to right, shooting on the right side. Here comes Johnston coming in, shooting. That one just goes wide. He tried to float it in the back of the net there, but it didn't work out. As Johnson has another shot. Good save, Manzella. And Johnston in the slot, a shot. Good save, Manzella. The puck's still loose in front. And BYU does a good job fighting off a rebound opportunity. Big hit along the boards there as now it's Fischetti. A shot in front, blocked by Heck. A big hit there on Green by Heck. So Utah State fights off some Brigham Young players. Green, a shot, good blocker stop by Manzella. Puck and a scrum along the boards. Utah State plays it up top in the slot. A good defensive play by Brigham Young to prevent a shot from coming. As it's Green. Here comes Moser. 2-on-1. He scores! Utah State, 2 unanswered goals. It's going to be one of the Moser brothers scoring that one. And just like that, Utah State, 2 unanswered. And I am sorry to say this, but the same thing happened last night with Brigham Young. They scored the first one, and after that, they could not find a way back in the game. But, yeah, Brigham Young, they did a good job of getting on the board right away, but just keeping that lead is a problem they've had, and it's something that definitely needs to be addressed going forward as that whistle's going to blow. It's going to be a penalty called against Utah State. So BYU back to the power play where they were successful yesterday. Not tonight, however. So Austin Moser, the goal scorer. So we get to watch BYU playing the power play now. It's Barris. Plays a couple of passes, a nice block there down low. Martinez along the board, centering pass, and it's going to be sent all the way down for Manzella to come out and play. It's Martinez. Puck's poked away, and McCackney's got a breakaway. McCackney shoots, a good stop by Manzella on the breakaway. There's a big hit along the boards on McCackney, who just had that breakaway opportunity. As that was a short-handed breakaway opportunity by McCackney and the Aggies of Utah State. It's sent all the way down. And both teams have some fresh legs out there. As now BYU starts things up at Stunthorst. Cross-ice pass to Adams. Adams centering pass. Rudder is fought off there. Osborne. Thundhorst, the lone goal scorer for BYU. Centering pass just goes through the slot and is sent out. So there's 20 seconds to go on the man advantage for Brigham Young. Utah State sends it back the other way. Here comes Eisenstadt. Into the zone he comes. He's going to get it deep, and Evans is now out of the box for Utah State. Full strength. This is a shot. Hits the post! And tensions flare after the whistle as Lane couldn't find the puck. Or excuse me, calling the wrong name on the roster here. Grogan, the goaltender for Utah State. I've been saying Lane. It's the wrong goaltender. Cody Grogan could not find that puck, and that posed a dangerous situation for Utah State, but he figured it was underneath him somewhere, and he just froze that puck up, and smart thing to do, as it could have been very close to that goal line. Fortunately, there's no proof for him to see if it was a goal or not. There's not any technologies in the ACHA quite yet, with goal reviewing in every game. It'd be pretty hard to do. There's a lot of schools in the ACHA, D1 through D3. At the national tournament, they have goal review, as I've been told. As that puck goes up by Manzella and drops it off for his teammate. As we have just over 5 minutes to go in the first. This is a shot. Good save, Manzella. Rebound loose. Utah State in front. A backhand shot. A good save through traffic was made by Manzella. Moser in the corner, I should say. Austin Moser. And the puck sent out as Adams is after it. Green skating the other way. Big hit along the boards. It's now BYU comes back the other way. Adams goes into the corner. Thundhorst. Martinez has a shot. It's blocked by Green. A one-time pass meant for Thundhorst is skipped over his stick. This is a shot. Good save. It's deflected wide. Pretty even game so far, as BYU's got 13 shots. Utah State's got 11, but Utah State scored 2 unanswered goals, and that's a big tackle down there. And the BYU player, I believe it was Thundhorst, was unhappy that there was no call made on the play. As the puck gets caught in the referee's skates, and the whistle's going to blow. And so there's going to be a penalty called. I'm not actually sure what that signal is from the referee. He just held his knee. I don't know if kneeing is a penalty, but regardless, BYU on the penalty kill and Utah State's the power play. And the face-off won by BYU. Attempted to be sent out of the zone, but Utah State's doing a good job keeping the puck in until BYU clears the zone. .335 to go. First period, 2-1 in favor of Utah State. They're on the power plays. There's a minute and 30 left on that power play. The third place game of the Wasatch Cup tournament, crowning the best hockey squad the best collegiate hockey squad in Utah. It will be either Weber State or the University of Utah this year. Every time Utah has played in this tournament, which was actually the school that developed this tournament, and they weren't invited to play in it last 2 years, but every time they were invited to play in this, every time they have played in this tournament, they've won, as Utah State brings it around the boards. Pass goes to the point. Fernandez, a one-time shot, and a good save by Manzella. So it'll be a face-off won by BYU. Nice move there by Stroud as here come the Cougars. Stroud stick handling, high slot, a shot, just goes wide. So now it's Utah State on the counterattack until BYU is able to poke that puck free and send it all the way down. 20 seconds to go on the Utah State power play. The Aggies are back in. Moser, cross-ice pass, a shot, and a glove save by Manzella. And a fine one at that. So just under 2 minutes to go in the first. Face-off won by Utah State as their power play is over and the puck's loose after Manzella couldn't find it. Stretch pass is picked off by Utah State, and they would have been offsides in the play, so they had to just dump it in. As pass is forwarded. 90 seconds to go. It's Thundhorst. He has a shot, gloved up. And a push from Grogan after the whistle. I'd be surprised if they flagged that as some sort of penalty. Nope, the referee just gave a stern talking to. Osborne taking the draw. This one by Utah State. As BYU has possession now, Eisenstadt peels back. Martinez. Backhands the puck in. And it comes back out of the zone again. It'll be Martinez. He's got Eisenstadt. He sends it backwards. Puck sent forward. As the goaltender for Utah State, Grogan, sends it out. Janssen. Puck at center ice here, 20 seconds to go. So here comes Barris. And it's sent back down into the BYU end. Utah State on the prowl with 10 seconds to go. Puck sent out, and BYU now on the prowl. So they're going to get a shot off. They shoot, good save. Rebounds is not in time. The horn is going to sound and end things off here for the end of the first period. As we have a pretty close game after one frame of play. The score, Utah State 2, Brigham Young 1. We've got a great rest of the game in store for the third place game of the Wasatch Cup. So as the players take a break, we're going to take a break up here in the booth, and we'll be back with second period action in just a bit. Welcome back to Utah Hockey, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your play-by-play voice, Patrick McGann, bringing you coverage between the University of Utah State University. Jeez, I cannot say that. And Brigham Young University. The second period has begun, and we have a score of 2-1 in favor of Utah State, and they went down 1-0 to start. BYU got the first goal, but then actually here comes Stroud for BYU. Ball on his back, and Stroud puts a backhand on Grogan, and Stroud was brought down there, but no call. Looked like everything was clean there. But, wow. Good chance there for BYU, as I was saying. But BYU scored the first goal of the game, and since then it's been Utah State. Sounds ball with the puck out, after the faceoff. And that's going to go for an icing. 30 seconds played here in period number 2. Just like to also remind you to stay tuned for the first place game, Weber State versus the University of Utah for the Wasatch Cup Championship. In the Wasatch Cups that University of Utah has played in, they have yet to lose. So here comes Utah State. It's turned over. So now it's Martinez for BYU. Plays it forward, Eisenstadt. Ball takes the puck in his possession. Eisenstadt plays it off the boards to Adams. Adams forward pass. Fernandez gains control, but it's picked off. BYU a shot in front. Rebound is loose. And good opportunity there for the Cougars, but they can't convert. As Johnston receives. Comes Utah State. A shot gloved up by Manzella, but I guess it bounced right out after it hit the side of his glove. There's a shot from the point. Good save. Rebound loose in front. BYU able to thwart the Aggies away. Christensen a shot. Good save by Grogan. And that puck might just go for an icing. And it won't. It'll be waved off. It says there's a hit along the boards. Smith. Pass is tipped wide. It's Rudder. Pass forward. Stroud once again. It's 2-on-1. BYU hurries. A pass it across. They shoot. What a save by Grogan. On the 2-on-1 from BYU as they're still buzzing in the zone. It's Rudder. Prime. One-time pass in front is blocked wide by Utah State. Heck at the point. Has a shot, but it's blocked. Big hit there, and that's going to be a penalty against Utah State. And that's going to be called every single time. Yeah, that's kind of a dirty hit there. And BYU back to the power play where they can do some damage here. So with 17 minutes to go in the second, BYU goes to the power play. McCackney, his second time going to the box tonight. As Barris takes the draw. Stroud. Here's the puck. Stroud back up top to Eisenstadt. He's a shot. It's blocked. Picks up his own rebound. Oh, and it's tipped wide. It's Moser, and Utah State the other way. Moser and Green. Moser skates with it, taken away by BYU. Errant pass is picked off, and Moser once again. Austin Moser, he scored the goal. Drops it back. Long stretch pass is tipped in, and there's a minute 20 to go on the BYU power play with 16:20 to go in the second. Barris drops it off. Stroud. Eisenstadt. Eisenstadt's pass is picked off. Lallier has it, and it's sent all the way down. 1 minute to go on the BYU advantage. Eisenstadt leaves it for Barris. Eisenstadt trying to dance his way around ball, but he can't do so. Point pass, Stroud. Dropped off for Eisenstadt. Has a shot tipped a couple of times in front. It's still loose, and whistle's going to blow. Not sure why. Maybe the net came off. Its moorings there, and I believe that's what is the case. So a good couple of opportunities there from BYU. So, good face-off won by Utah State. Sent around, it's Eisenstadt. And they have 25 seconds to go on their power play. Because now it's Rudder. Sent along the boards. As Eisenstadt chases, McCackney getting ready to jump out of the box. As he's out of the box, and the whistle's going to blow. Referees assessing a penalty here to Eisenstadt. And now BYU in the box. And Utah State. So it'll be a 4-on-4. Not sure what the calls are, but everything's going to be sorted out. Stroud, the assistant captain for BYU, wondering what the calls are, as well as Doyle, the assistant captain for Utah State. Not sure what the calls were, but we'll have to listen for the announcement. This face-off is won by Utah State. 4-on-4 here. And they'll be sent all the way down. As here comes Green. A shot gloved up by Manzella. Let's listen to Justin Long's announcement of the penalties.
Unsportsmanlike conduct for Utah State, number 20, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct. Both penalties occurred at 5:01 of the second period. Once again, BYU penalty number 5, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike. Utah State number 20, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike.
So those are the calls. Unsportsmanlike conducts apiece for both sides. There's a face-off won by BYU. Over to Stroud. Martinez, forward pass, Barris. More ice to skate with here. Shot deflected wide. 1:35 to go. This is an opportunity in front for BYU. They pass it forward, and here comes Utah State. If they hustle, it's a 2-on-1. The Aggies, here they come. Waiting, shooting, good save by Manzella. With 80 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Stroud, pass up to Martinez. Martinez drops back. And here comes Utah State once again. Could be a 2-on-1. Green along with Johnston. Nothing comes of that as it's now Rudder, 1 minute to go. And 14 to go in the period. It's Rudder skating in. Rudder a shot. It's deflected and hops up into the air as BYU does a good job keeping the puck in. Adams trying to get a shot, but it's blocked there by Janssen. A one-time pass in front is deflected wide. Another shot, and it's blocked by one of BYU's own. They fight to keep possession. Big hit along the boards, and here comes Utah State. 25 seconds to go on the offsetting penalties. Both teams playing neutral site tonight. I'd have to say Utah State's playing more. Well, Utah State technically is the home team, and I'd say more of their fans are here, which is very interesting because Logan is further than Provo. There's just a big hit along the boards, and an Aggie loses a glove and a stick. There's a player out there playing without a glove. My goodness. Coleman for Utah State is playing without a glove. That would, if he got slashed, that would hurt. I would assume that would not be a good thing. There's a shot in front. Good save by Menzel. The puck's still loose. In the slot, they have another shot, and it goes wide. Osborne along the boards. He's pinned up. Adams fights off an Aggie. Good job by him to play the body before the puck there in order to get at a good angle at the puck. And BYU wondering why that was not offsides. Me as well. That was looked offsides to me, but regardless, that we play on. BYU still down a goal as they send it the full length, and they say that's not going to be icing. Here comes Utah State. They send it in. It's a play in front. It's blocked. And here comes BYU. 3-on-2 if they hustle. Drop. Good pass to BYU. And here comes Green on the breakaway. Green for Utah State on the breakaway. On Manziel shooting. He scores! On the breakaway. Easily converted. And Utah State gets one back. Bradley Green, the Kaysville, Utah native, nets the third goal for Utah State. And for BYU, it's a similar narrative as last night. They get the first one and can't maintain a lead, and that's 3 unanswered for Utah State. The thing is, BYU is in this game. They are playing a great game. They have 23 shots. Utah State's got 18. And BYU looks like the better team. They've just given up poor opportunities. And now here comes Barris. Shot gloved up. And 11:13 to go. 3-1 now in favor of Utah State. Face off one. It's Doyle. He's brought down. Puck's sent all the way down. Martinez along the boards. Puck attempted to be cleared out, and it was eventually. As now it's a nice move made by Thundhorst. Pass in front, tipped a couple times. Here comes Johnston. He shoots. It's tipped wide. Puck played forward. It's Adams. He's hit along the boards and into a referee. Eisenstadt a shot. Hits the side of the net. One-time pass for Eisenstadt. Good save on the doorstep as the rebound is thrown in, and a good couple of opportunities there from BYU, but the puck's going to be frozen up. So 10 minutes to go in the second. We're halfway through the game now. As you can see, Grogan behind his, or not behind, but tending to his net. Lallier taking the draw for Utah State and Barris for Brigham Young. As Utah State wins it and sends it around, but it's going to be picked up by Christensen. Christensen stick handling. Has the puck. One-time pass in front. Just goes wide. BYU stick handles and tries to get one back here. As Fichetti's shot is wide. And that puck's going to go into the crowd. And hopefully everyone is okay. The face-off's won by Utah State. They bring the puck forward. They have a shot. Good glove stop. But it bounces back out of the glove of Manzella. So now it's Stroud. Picked away. Christensen. Has a couple of moves and head fakes. There's a big hit on Christensen there by Fernandez. So now it'll be BYU, and their attempt at a pass is deflected out of the zone. Eisenstadt drops it off, and here comes BYU. Smith to Osborne. Osborne, a shot tipped. They score! Posted in! BYU gets one back. Osborne's shot found its way in, and the Cougars respond back and claw back as they only trail by one. As Osborne's shot, don't know how it got in, but hey, doesn't matter how they get in, is that they do get in. And Alex Osborne from Sandy going to score for the Cougars. That's a big goal. And maybe not. That was pretty loud when BYU scores. So maybe they have more of a fan presence here, but the fans that are here, they're happy, and that was a great goal from BYU. As they have a stretch pass to Adams that gets through. It's Adams now into the zone. He's got Thunderhorse. One-time pass blocked. Good defense from Utah State. Evans dumps it in. 8 minutes to go. Puck sent back in by Janssen. In front, Utah State had an opportunity. Eisenstadt almost coughed up a bad opportunity as there's a shot from Doyle and gloved up by Manzella with 7:52 to go. But BYU knocking on the door here. And the outcome of this game, obviously still unknown. We still got a close game here. Face-off's won by Utah State. That puck's dumped out. Janssen. Good defense from Christensen. A shot. Well, not really a shot, I guess. It was kind of a weak one. Puck's played in. It's Heck. Backwards pass. Doyle keeps it in at the line. Utah State regroups. It's Moser. Moser has the puck, and it's sent all the way out. No icing, and Teams will regroup. Rudder. Nice picks pass there. Now it's Doyle in front, shooting, he scores. What a move there by Doyle. And what hands by Doyle, and Utah State gets that goal right back. So it's 6:53 to go. Got a 2-goal game once again. Pretty high-scoring game so far. Lallier shot, and that puck's going to be whistled offsides, I believe. So face off here. It's one. Utah State. Here they come. It's ball. One-time pass is broken up in front. Right idea, but good defense from BYU. So Utah State plays with the puck in their own end, trying to break it out. And here comes Lallier. He's got McCackney. Good takeaway from Eisenstadt. Here comes Adams. Slap shot goes wide. Barris. Martinez. A shot tipped wide. There's a nice block there from the Aggies. Here's ball now with the puck. Dumps it out. And that's going to be whistled as icing. Barris wins the draw for BYU. Nice play along the boards here. It's Stroud. Makes a nice move right through the legs of a player, but he couldn't maintain the play. It was a nice move, but just didn't have enough gas to keep the move going. Now Stroud. Fischetti. Playing it forward. Well, it's tipped a couple times. Ball winds up, shoots it. Good save by Manzella. Puck hits the backside of the net. 4:38 to go. In the second. Hit along the boards there. There's a long stretch pass is tipped into the zone for Eisenstadt to receive, and he sends it right back out. Adams to Eisenstadt. Moser now for Utah State. And Smith picks off the pass. It's Smith for BYU. He's got men on his back, and a good save there by Drogan as it was a weak shot, but still an opportunity for BYU there. As a pass meant for a one-timer is sent all the way out. Janssen sends it around. Dumped in. It's loose in front. No Cougars there to cash in on that nice rebound opportunity. So they have a shot. Good save. It's loose in front. And they can't convert. Good couple of stops by Grogan. As there's a shot again, it's tipped and goes wide. Now that Eisenstadt has the puck along the boards. He's hit hard. BYU just trying to find an open man so they can get a quality shot off. Comes Moser. And that is going to be a penalty. He's going to be tripped. And he's shaken up on the play. Hopefully he's all right. He's able to get up, which is a good sign. Moser scored one of the goals for Utah State tonight. So a 2-minute penalty against BYU for tripping. The faceoff is won and it's sent all the way out. It's now to Utah State. So Lallier. Lallier, stick handles. And it's poked away. So now it's Stroud. Having a shot and a big hit after the play on Stroud. Hopefully he's okay. The BYU fans aren't happy about that call. Or that non-call, I should say. As here comes BYU into the zone. They score! It's Christensen. On kind of an awkward play, BYU gets another one back. And once again, we have ourselves a one-goal game. Nice play there by the Cougars. Christensen gets his second goal of the tournament. So 2 minutes to go. That'll be a power play goal for BYU. Christensen's first goal of the tournament was also a power play goal. And it's now it's Utah State. BYU's they just gotta keep playing good defense here. They can't let Utah State get one back, as now it's Doyle stick handling. Point pass. They just move it around. Or excuse me, I think that was a shorthanded goal. This is a shot, good save. Yeah, I think BYU's got 4 players on the ice, but no player in the box. Oh, okay, yes, there is a player in the box. I was just looking in the wrong box. So that was a shorthanded goal for BYU. Impressive there. So actually, Christensen's first goal was on a power play, second goal on a shorthanded. So he's getting all the goals on special teams. So now it's Utah State circling around Johnston with 1 minute to go. 10 seconds to go on the penalty for BYU as Thunhorst gets ready to come out of the box. He's also got himself a goal tonight as it goes out of the zone. And Thunhorst is going to be let out of the box. So it's dumped in. And sent all the way down And that's going to be icing against BYU with 34 seconds to go. So 34 seconds to go in the second 4-3 game. It's proving to be a great third period in store. So don't tune out because this would be a good finish. So now it's Stroud. Here comes BYU. Stroud with the puck. High slot. One-time pass. Oh, Thunhorst's shot is off the mark. He's frustrated with himself. Now it's Lallier for Utah State. Here comes Utah State. But a good couple of blocks from BYU as Martinez tries to stick it forward. 10 seconds to go in the period. Here comes BYU once again. A shot, and it's deflected out of play with 5 seconds to go in the period. My goodness. Quite a sequence of events there. And the face-off is not really won by anyone, but the horn is going to sound. And once again, at the break, it is a one-goal game. BYU gets a couple back. Utah State gets a couple more. 4-3 the score at the break. Both teams going to take a breather. So is the broadcast team up here, and we'll see you back for the third period. You're not going to want to miss the finish of the Wasatch Cup third-place game between Brigham Young and Utah State. So don't touch that remote. We'll be back with more hockey from Salt Lake City in just a couple moments. Welcome back to Utah Hockey, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your play-by-play voice for tonight's contest. Patrick McGann bringing you live coverage from Salt Lake City, Utah, between Brigham Young University and Utah State University as we score off to start off the third period. In tonight's third place matchup for the Wasatch Cup. So the third place champion will be crowned, and the Wasatch Cup champion will be crowned shortly thereafter in the upcoming game between the University of Utah and Weber State University. So we're getting ready for that bout after this, as we battle for state supremacy in collegiate hockey this weekend. And to start off, BYU fired up, all their players up on the bench. So they're excited. They're one goal out of it. They just clawed back into it. They were down 2. Well, they scored the first goal and then gave up 3 more. Then scored another goal to make it 3-2, gave up another one. And then they scored another one to make it 4-3. So it's been back and forth all night. So definitely a great game. Hopefully BYU can keep it interesting, as that faceoff's won by Utah State. Last night, BYU and Weber State played. That game was close for a large majority of it. And then after that, Utah State and University of Utah played, and that was a blowout. And towards the end, it started getting real ugly. But Captain Alex King had himself a hat trick. That was something great to see. That was a very fun game to be a part of if you're a Utah fan. And if you're a Utah State fan, that game definitely stung a little bit. But either way, still another meeting between Utah State and Utah, and Utah was victorious this time, as they had struggled against Utah State this year. So it's finally nice for Utah to just kind of get that off their backs and keep going. But Utah, as I could imagine as well, Weber State is also in the building as they prepare to get suited up and head out to the ice for warm-ups, and then get out for the Wasatch Cup Championship game, as this place hopefully will fill up a little bit more, as it mostly BYU and Utah State fans, which makes sense. I mean, it's the game that's on right now. By the way, if you're a BYU, well, if you're any fan, thank you for tuning in, but special thank you to the Utah State fans and the Brigham Young fans. If you're watching from, anywhere in the Valley or Provo or Logan, we thank you for tuning in, and it's been a great game so far. You guys have been treated to a very entertaining match to watch, and it is far from over. We still got a lot of this third period left to play, 18 minutes at that, and BYU is they're fired up here. And they gotta obviously find a way to even things up. They have a lot of time to do so, but in the meantime, they can't let Utah State get on the board as well. That's happened a couple times, and hopefully they will be able to get their way back into this game, as we have some time left here. But 31 shots for BYU and 24 for Utah State. So BYU, a big hit there by Fernandez. I don't know how that was clean. Looked like Fernandez almost punched a Brigham Young player. And the referee was standing right there. My goodness. And there was nothing. 2 referees were within 10 feet of the play, and I guess they saw nothing, so nothing was called. Wow. BYU fans obviously not too happy about that one, and that's going to go for icing. With just over 17 minutes to go in the third. So the face-off down in the Utah State zone. Face-off one. Christensen, a shot. It is high and it goes out, or goes almost out of the zone. It's kept in, but Utah State on possession, and they're gonna most likely be able to hopefully get things out if you're Utah State. But it's a shot, one-time pass in front, a good save. The puck is frozen. Oh my goodness! I thought that was a for sure goal opportunity for BYU, but either way, a good chance for them. So Eisenstadt drew a shot. As the face-off is won by BYU, it's Eisenstadt. And the puck goes all the way out. So we have just over 16 and a half to go. There's a couple players pinned up along the boards, and the puck is sent all the way out. No icing. Forward pass. Doyle played along the boards. Funhorst along with Green. Puck kept in by Eisenstadt. Funhorst along the boards. Number 4 for BYU. We don't have his number on our roster. Hopefully I can try and look it up and get his name, but no number 4 on our roster. As it's a shot by Eisenstadt, and apparently Grogan was unable to hang on. Another shot and gloved up by Grogan. 15 and a half to go. As we speak now, the Skating Utes, I should say. Skating Utes getting warmed up for their tilt between the Wildcats of Weber State, who are ranked 5th in the ACHA Division II Western Region. Prime calling for the puck cross ice. It just bounces over a stick, and that'll cause an icing to be called. So after this, Weber State will play, as I was mentioning. As most of these teams head down the stretch of their schedules, the shot from the point goes wide. As the end of the season is near, about a month from now, every team will be just about done with their games, and they'll be gearing up for the national tournament if you're in contention or you're invited to the tournament. If not, it'll be the start of the offseason, the start of recruiting once again. And to get ready for the next season ahead, there's a shot. One goes just wide. Season went by pretty quickly. It feels like just a couple weeks ago I was here calling the Utah State-Utah game and then the BYU-Utah game that weekend, the last weekend of play before Christmas. And only a couple more weeks left of regular season play as the whistle's going to blow here. Hand pass. .14:10 to go in the third. The shot clock has just been updated. 24 shots for Utah State and 36 for BYU. They're laying it on. Nice little move there by Christensen. Here comes BYU. Barris waiting, shooting. Good save. Rebound is loose. It's a great save there. There's another shot and it's gloved up by Grogan. He made a great sequence of saves right there. playing lockdown mode. But Grogan getting the start. Usually Pritchard plays goalie for Utah State. He's taking a seat tonight. Maybe he's getting the night off after a tough start last night. As here comes Eisenstadt. It's Christensen now. 29 on the Cougars. He loses his glove on the play and his stick. Utah State plays it over a couple BYU heads, and here we go. 2-on-1 for Utah State. Moser waiting, shooting, good save, Manzella. Two Cougars run into each other, and Funhorst is slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully, yeah, he just got ran into again. He's limping off the ice. BYU just, crucial turnover in front, but a good save by Manzella. That was a dangerous turnover, and BYU is going to send it all the way out. But they have a couple new guys out as one of their injured players just comes off the ice. So 12:56 to go. Lally taking the draw for Utah State. And off the tie-up, it'll be BYU playing it off the boards. Here comes Adams. Into the zone he comes, waiting, into the slot, poked away, a shot, they score! BYU ties it up! Osborne puts it in the back of the net, and it's a 4-4 game. A great setup there by the Cougars, as Adams had the initial shot and Osborne followed it up. And we got a tie game heading down the stretch. BYU finally able to tie it up after every time they'd get a goal back, they'd let one up again, but they just put one in there, and that's going to be Osborne's second of the game. Alex Osborne, have yourself a game, young man. Is now Utah State. You're going to see some frustration from them, especially after last night. That's still, and a one-time pass in front for Christensen is just off the mark. They still feel the effects of last night. That doesn't just go away. So they're definitely going to be frustrated. They don't want to go 0-2 here. As here comes Utah State. He got a backhand shot. Good save, Manziel. The puck's still loose behind the net. But BYU picks it up. And it'll be Fischetti who dumps it in. Gloved up and dropped off. Or actually going to be frozen up. Good job by BYU to force Utah State to freeze it up. Janssen off the face-off, sends it around. Here comes Utah State. A shot, gloved up by Manzella. Jared Manzella, one of the two Manzella brothers. As I mentioned last night, every single game that I've called, there has been a duo of brothers. BYU, you got the Manzellas, you got the Mosers here on Utah State. Actually, the only team that really doesn't have brothers is Utah, University of Utah, the team in which I'm broadcasting for. But yeah, well, the opponents all have brothers on their team. So as Jay said last night, Jay Sewell, he was like, "Oh, it's a good recruiting tool, I guess." And I guess that's what it is. Lots of brothers around the ACHA. It's Fischetti. We've even called a couple women's games where there's been sisters on the same team. So the puck's on the boards. The whistle's going to blow. .11:24 to go in the third period. 4-4. Stretch time. BYU wins the draw and sends it in deep. Big hit there. As BYU just getting that evening up the game. Game tying goal. McCackney drives it in deep as he's able to get his team a change. McCackney, a big fella. And this Utah State team is a height-wise bigger team than most. Yeah, so the pass is deflected, but in the meantime, got Weber State and the University of Utah getting ready as here comes BYU into the zone. A good defensive play by Utah State. There's a pass in front. Rudder with it. There's a shot. It's going to bounce around and be gloved up by Grogan. So yes, the two championship teams, I should say. Weber State and Utah getting ready for their game, getting ready to warm up. Well, they are warming up, but they're getting warmed up for warm-ups. So that puck is played off the glass and out. As Utah State upset about that one. Yeah, I will agree. That should have been a penalty. As one of the BYU players wrapped his arms around the upper torso of Aggie and just kind of tackled him. So Osborne taking the draw. He's got 2 goals tonight for his Cougars, and he wins it. Puck's played around the boards. Adams trying to set it up for Fischetti, but it's sent too far. So now it's Rudder. Adams. Now Osborne takes it behind his own net, brings it around. Fischetti on the receiving end. Taken away. Fernandez, a shot goes wide. Rudder. It's pinned up along the boards. As Aggies come to help out, they look for a centering pass in front. One-timer. They shoot. They score! They take a lead. They answer to BYU's 2 straight goals immediately. And the Aggies responding back. And 5-4 game with 9:20 to go. Not sure who the goal scorer was there. I couldn't see. A couple players were blocking my view, but we'll listen for public address announcer Justin Long's announcement in just a few moments.
And assisted by 55. Time of the goal, 10:40 of the third period. Once again, Utah State goal scored by number 7, assisted by 55.
So Utah State's goal scored by number 7, Austin Moser. That'll be his second of the game. He's having himself a game. So he's got 2 tonight. And a high-scoring game. Turned over, a crucial turnover, but thankfully for BYU, I should say, they are able to get a hold of it and send it out. But now, once again, it'll be crunch time for the Cougars. Looks like their bench is pretty tired or in low spirits. All their players sitting down. They need to get up. They need to get the energy back in this game. Now Utah State picks up a loose puck in front, and it's going to be covered up by Manzella. With just under 8 minutes to go. So Utah State in the driver's seat now. So they win the faceoff. They send it back in deep. Rudder for BYU. Pass up ice, and it could be a 2-on-1 for BYU. Here they come. Thornhurst having a shot just wide. Not on net. That's a crucial time. We need at least a shot on goal. It can't go in if you don't hit the net. Obviously, it's Rudder now. There's a play along the boards. As BYU has a high slot shot, but it's blocked by Utah State. Rudder with the puck, shooting, sends it in. Good save. It's still loose in front. As it's in the slot, Sticks whacking at the puck. What chaos, but it's sent out. Heck, it's number 4, sent forward for Thornhurst. And he has the puck. Thornhurst, excuse me. As he has the puck, sends it back. Smith dancing around. Pass in front, goes to the point. Eisenstadt sends it in. And it's going to be sent the full length, but this should be icing, and it will be, with 6:46 to go in the third. So face-off won by BYU, and they send it in. A couple passes here. A shot, get a good save. A great shot by Barris right there, but an even better save by Grogan. Face-off won by BYU. They're unable to keep it in the zone. 6.5 minutes to go. As it's Christensen across the line. Stick handles into the slot. A shot! What a save by the stick of Grogan. But what a shot by Christensen. That's that right there. That's a quality opportunity for BYU. That's what you want to see here in the latter stages of this game. Christensen gets a great opportunity, gets a lot behind that shot, and just a great save by Grogan. All he had there was his stick. He just paddled at it. And it went out of play, but that face-offs went all the way down to the BYU ends. As they try to make their way back in this game again. Christensen backhand pass to Stroud, just too far for him. But he's going to chase it into the zone, into the corner, and throws it the other way for Barris. Barris to Christensen. Good defense from Utah State. They're going to get this puck and most likely just skate it down and get it deep. And that's exactly what they're going to do. BYU trying to win the puck back over and gain possession as it's Barris along the boards. And the puck's going to slide out of the zone for Utah State, and it's sent all the way in. Eisenstadt. Christensen. They've been out for a while. As here comes Thunhorst. Slap shot. It goes wide. It's BYU. They're doing a pretty good job drawing pretty good chances here down the stretch. Definitely surprised by that. After, giving up a crucial goal that could alter the game, their mindset hasn't changed. They've been going at it, and the scoring chances have been quality, and they've had the puck in the Utah State end. I feel like my head's been tilted to the left here for the majority of these last 10 minutes. BYU has been down in the Utah State end for a while now, and they're just putting on pressure as they win the draw here again. Pass up to the point. Almost poked away by Johnston. Puck goes into the corner now. Osborne to help out. He's got himself 2 goals. Point pass taken away by Utah State, and they're on the counterattack. Here comes Moser. He's got himself 2 goals tonight. Moser skating, waiting, sends it in deep. Smart thing to do. He's going to get off the ice and get a change. Fresh legs out for Utah State. Lallier to the point. Ball sends it back in. Smith flips it out. That was a nice little crafty play to just, instead of just shoving it out of the zone, he lifted the puck and was able to get it out to force Utah State to regroup. But they're back again. They have a shot. It goes wide. Hit along the boards. Fernandez at the point. A shot tipped in front. Rebound loose. Nothing comes of that. BYU gets possession. They're going to try and get it out of their own end, but Utah State not letting that happen. They have a pass in front. Nice move. What a save. Rebound. It just goes wide, but Manzella stands tall on the first shot, and lucky his second shot went wide. It's BYU. Into the zone they come. Centering pass in the slot. Good block there by Fernandez. 4 minutes to go. BYU and Utah State just metaphorically throwing punches at one another. Just many shots on one side, many shots on the other, and it's just one after another, counterattack after counterattack. And I have to emphasize metaphorically throwing punches because both these teams have definitely done that before after whistles in the heat of the moment. But right now, a great hockey game as BYU is trying to get out of the zone, and they do so. Christensen across the line. He's trapped by 3 Aggies, and Utah State's going to clear the zone, and that's going to be icing. Face off at center ice. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. 41 shots for Brigham Young, 32 for Utah State. Be quite something if BYU could tie this thing up, but a timeout's going to be called, I'm assuming, by BYU. Or Utah State. Going to call a timeout. Regroup, make sure that their guys are all focused. Great game so far, though. Great effort from both teams. But BYU as well, they're playing a very talented Utah State team. And they are hanging in there. Credit to Utah State for coming out and kind of refreshing their minds after a tough game for them last night. Playing in the same rink, obviously, and it can be frustrating. So 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Faceoff's going to be at center ice. Still pretty early to do it, but keep an eye on Manzella. In the crease for Brigham Young. This faceoff's won by Utah State. You can't let Utah State get a hold of the puck because they're just going to burn the clock and just kind of throw passes around as they bring it into the zone. It's Eisenstadt. Brings it around the boards. Big hit there from Brigham Young. 3 minutes to go. Here comes Eisenstadt on the BYU breakout, but a good stick in there. I can't read the number. He's up along the boards. He just fell down, but a great play by that Utah State player to force BYU to rethink their breakout. Thornhurst, he's brought down. No penalty on the play. 2:35 to go, and a big hit along the boards. Point pass is blocked. BYU fighting here in the slot, unable to get a shot off. Eisenstadt fires, goes wide. They still have possession. One-time shot, good block. Another shot in front. What chaos, players falling down, shots going, and it's Utah State on possession. After all of that, they're going to dump it in and change personnel, get fresh legs on the ice. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go, third period. BYU chasing one, third place game, Wasatch Cup. They dump it into the zone. Christensen, that puck is knocked out of play. That faceoff should stay inside of the Utah State zone. as we have 1 minute 57 seconds to go. Wouldn't be surprised if BYU called a timeout. Yep, that's what they're doing right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if after this timeout, Manzella remains on the bench for an extra attacker. So you get a face-off in the Utah State zone. So they'll definitely be drawing up some sort of play here. You can see a play being drawn up from here. You can see the whiteboard being broken out. Roger Barris, Scott McKay, Jeremy Eisenstadt, and David Pitcher, all listed as assistant coaches. There's not a head coach named on the ACHA website. And now you're looking at the Utah State bench. All they're trying to do is prevent and burn the clock. But we got ourselves quite the finishing stretch here. So here we go. Face-off in the zone for BYU, and they win the face-off. They get a shot off, but Utah State intercepts as there's 1:52 to go. By the way, Manzella's out if you can't see. Forgot to say that before the face-off, but 6 attackers BYU as they just try to get the puck out. They do a good job. Here they go. BYU in the counterattack. Here they come. Eisenstadt, a nice move. Shooting. What a save by Grogan, and it scores. It goes in. It goes in. I don't know what happened. What chaos on the ice. BYU saying goal. Utah State saying no goal. The referee's also saying no goal. And excuse me, that wasn't Eisenstadt on the shot. It was Stroud. But what chaos on the ice. Oh, my goodness. And the referee says face-off in the face-off dot. No goal on the play. Referees aren't even going to gather. Just wasn't a goal. Face-off won by BYU. 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. Thunhorst in the corner. Puck bouncing around at his skates, trying to get it out, and now it's Utah State. Moser lost his stick on the play, was nailed out of his hands. And now BYU just trying to get a couple more shots on goal. 1:15 to go. Puck sent all the way in to the zone. BYU breaking out. They've got a man on. Wasn't a very good breakout there. And it's turned over. Johnston on the puck, slaps it in, and it's blocked by Barris. 1 minute to go. Puck play to Eisenstadt. BYU's got a chance to get down there and get a couple more shots off. Here comes Barris. Along the boards, Eisenstadt waiting, back to Barris behind the net. Barris to Stroud. Stroud up top, back over to Stroud. Into the corner it goes. Barris back to Stroud, 35 on the clock. Stroud, a shot in the slot. Good block. The puck's still loose, and it goes behind the net. Bouncing in front, what chaos. No one can see the puck. It goes around and around behind Christensen. One-time shot. They score! They tie the game. I'm not sure who it was, but BYU with 21 seconds to go ties the game at 5. Oh, my goodness. It was a tip in of some sort. It looks like Barris is the one skating first. It could be his goal, but regardless, we're tied at 5 with 21 to go. You knew it was coming. BYU was laying punch after punch after punch. They just kept fighting their way through. And there you go. Hard work pays off. Tie game. 20 seconds to go. Thunhorst breaking free. Puck on his stick. He can't get a shot in front. It goes wide. He almost had an opportunity. Utah State in the counterattack. They send it into the zone. 5 seconds on the clock. Sent into the middle. Goes in around behind. The horn's going to sound. We have. Actually, the clock stopped. The clock is stopped at 1.4 seconds. The horn never sounded. I don't know if this is the end of the third period or not, folks. There's 1.4 showing up. I mean, either way, we're going to overtime, or we're going to. I'm not sure how it's going to be played. The tie break's going to be played out. Okay, so the third period is officially over. We're heading to overtime. Public address announcer Justin Long explaining it will be a sudden death 4-on-4 overtime period play as both teams take a 2-minute break. Oh my goodness. What a finishing sequence of events here. 5 minutes of 4-on-4 overtime. And I'm assuming if it's still tied after that, we'll go to a shootout. Credit BYU. Credit BYU. They have been playing behind for the entirety of this game. Yeah, it was tied for a little bit, and they had the lead at the beginning, but it was only for a short amount of time. The majority of this game for them has been played from behind. And they come back and make this a game. Not only make it a game, but they bring it to overtime. I mean, technically in the NHL, you get a point. I don't know if they're going to get a point. I don't know how it works in the ACHA quite. And I'm not even sure if these games go towards your ACHA schedule for these two D2 teams. Not sure how that's all going to work out because it is a tournament. Regardless, they force overtime to at least give themselves the chance to win. 42 shots for BYU, 32 Utah State. So we have free hockey here in Salt Lake City. Fans paid for 3 periods. They're going to get another one. And while you watching might not have paid to tune in, you get to watch more hockey. That's always a good thing. And not only that, it's intense 4-on-4 sudden death hockey. So here we go. Puck's dropped. We're underway in overtime. Clock set for 5 minutes. And the teams switch up sides as we play for third place in the Wasatch Cup tournament. And here comes BYU. Eisenstadt, some Martinez. Obviously, BYU feeling pretty confident right now. Feeling pretty healthy morale-wise. Feeling good after that one. As they have the puck, Eisenstadt, a one-time shot goes wide. Stroud has the puck. Still no official goal announcement from BYU, or maybe I missed it. Pretty sure it was Barris, though. This is a one-time play inside. Eisenstadt throws it in front, but a good save by Grogan. A good opportunity there from BYU. And, yeah, BYU, they've got some momentum here. They're buzzing. After this one, the ice will be cut, and University of Utah and Weber State are going to come out and warm up, and then we'll drop the puck around 7:30 for the championship game of the Wasatch Cup. As BYU is now down in the Utah State end still, it's Eisenstadt at the point. Puck bouncing on a stick, goes over to Martinez. Martinez has a wrister from the point, doesn't get there. It's blocked, and Utah State on the counterattack. BYU keeps it in the zone, though. Good relentlessness from them. Now Utah State playing catch with it as they break it out. More ice to skate with on the 4-on-4 overtime as it's played forward for BYU. Christensen in the corner. Lallier now with Utah State. Fernandez breaks it out to Lallier And now here comes Utah State, their first offensive rush of the overtime period. Lale pinned up along the boards. BYU trying to clear the puck out. It's Eisenstadt, 3:15 to go overtime. Martinez brings it around the boards. No one's there, so Fernandez is going to pick it up for Utah State and give it to his teammate Moser, who's got 2. He's looking for a hat trick. Hat trick game-winning goal. Moser has a shot. That one just goes wide. Fernandez a shot. He whiffs on the play. And Utah State's offside, so they're going to have to regroup. As now BYU. And a crucial turnover there from Eisenstadt. It's not the first time he's done that tonight. He's got to be more careful here, especially in overtime. As that puck's played forward, Rudder's going to skate towards it along with Fernandez. Fernandez has been out there for a while. So now it's Rudder. Here comes Rudder with BYU. Drops it off for Barris. Makes a move. It's poked wide, but kept in. Rudder sends it down into the zone. We're halfway through overtime, 2.5 to go. Stroud has the puck. Stroud skating, shooting. And the puck is still, I thought Grogan had the puck, but he didn't. He couldn't find it. And the puck was behind the net the whole time. It's Heck to Rudder. Rudder skating in, loses possession. BYU able to keep it in the zone. Nice move there by Stroud. Stroud skating in, high slot, has the puck, shooting. It's the post with the shot. But what hands from Stroud, and a great opportunity for BYU. 2 minutes to go, overtime period. Christensen along the boards, makes a nice move. Christensen, one-time shot, doesn't get to the net. Christensen again. Christensen, puck on his backhand, forehand. Thunhorst turns it over. Utah State in the counterattack as BYU's players are definitely winded, and Utah State's able to get a change. That'll help them out. BYU might just look to dump this and chase it. They are tired as it's Heck now in the zone. 1:20 to go. Rudder plays it forward for Thunhorst. Puck goes wide, and now it's Utah State the other way. McCackney skating, dumps it in. We have tired Cougars out there for BYU while Utah State's got some fresh legs out there. 1 minute to go in overtime. Sents long stretch pass. Here comes Thunhorst faking a shot, skating, peeling off. Waiting for his teammate. Eisenstadt, the receiving end of the pass, just missed it. And Thunhorst looking to change, keeps it in. He's tired. He's been out there for a long time. Martinez calls for it at the point, has a shot. He gets tipped, hits the glass, goes wide. 37 on the clock. Sent up. Here comes Utah State. Moser on the breakaway. Moser shooting. What a save by Manzella. Stones Moser for his hat-trick game-winning goal. And now Utah State, Moser once again. Here they come the other way. Good defense from BYU. 18 on the clock. Moser skating around, peeling, waiting, shooting. Good save, Manzella. 14 on the clock. Puck goes in the corner. Referee has his arm up, delayed penalty. It's Stroud. Stroud skates it. He's got 5 seconds. They're telling him to shoot it. One-time shot, a good save, and the horn's going to sound it. Whoa! After the whistle. There was a cheap shot after the whistle there, and it looks like that's it for that player. He'll be done. The referee immediately went to the scorer's table, and he'll be done. His night, I believe that's McCackney. Yeah, that was definitely a dirty play. That was way after the horn had sounded, and you could have avoided that. McCackney, third time in the box tonight. He'll take a seat. Oh my goodness, this has got my heart pumping, and I'm sure everyone else in the building feels the same way, and I don't even have a horse in the race. These are two teams that I'm just calling the game for the pure enjoyment and for the fun of it here. So, be a 3-round shootout. And even more free hockey. After it's all said and done, BYU 47 shots, Utah State 34. BYU, since surrendering a goal, since surrendering that fifth goal to Utah State, it has been all BYU. Like, it's just all BYU since that moment. And oh my goodness, they have fought their way back. And so it'll be defenseman shooting first for BYU. It's going to be Eisenstadt. Here he comes. Eisenstadt to start it off. Here he comes. Brings it in, waiting, stick handle, shoots, he scores! BYU, that's their first opportunity. And the Cougar faithful let him know. Eisenstadt converts on his first one, and now it'll be Utah State's turn. Manzella between the pipes for the Cougars. And Utah State's player, can't quite see yet, can't see his number. They don't have sleeve numbers on these jerseys, but it's going to be Janssen. He skates in, high slot, shooting. Oh, he hits the crossbar with the shot. But Johnston was getting a little crafty there. Oh, my goodness. He skates by Manzella, does the old wait, and then tries to flip it over him, but his shot just had too much juice on it. And this would really put the pressure on now. It's Barris for BYU. Barris skating in, shooting 5-hole, he scores! Barris converts, and now Utah State needs to convert or else the game's over. High pressure circumstance for both Manzella between the pipes, and Utah State's shooter still can't make out who it is. As I mentioned, no sleeve numbers on the Utah State jersey, so I got to wait till he skates forward, but here he comes. It's going to be Green. Green across the logo, in, shooting, stick save! And that's the end of the game. BYU comes back and wins. What a game. The Brigham Young Cougars are the third place champions of the Wasatch Cup. And what a game this was. And all credit to BYU. Oh my goodness, what a game. They score the first goal. They surrender. 3 more after that. Fight their way back in it. Tied the game in the third. Go down once again with 8 minutes to go in the third, and tie it up with 21 seconds to go in regulation time. Fight through overtime, and they win the shootout 2-0. Credit to Manzella, credit to the BYU team, and what a game this was this evening in Salt Lake City. And that was just the third place game. We got the first place game coming up right after this. But what a game this was. Oh my goodness, my heart is still pumping. But this was the third place game, your third place champion to the Wasatch Cup. Brigham Young. And so it'll go as follows. 5th place, Utah Valley. 4th place, Utah State. 3rd place, Brigham Young. And 1st and 2nd, we're going to find that out in just a few moments, so stay tuned. It'll be the University of Utah facing off against Weber State in the Wasatch Cup championship game coming up in just a few moments here on Utah Hockey's YouTube channel. And what a game from the Brigham Young Cougars. Congratulations to them. But that's not all the hockey we have left tonight. We have much more in store. So tune back in to the next broadcast as Utah takes on Weber State in the Wasatch Cup Championship. But for this game, thank you for tuning in. This is Patrick Regan signing off. Not for the night, just for the moment from the Salt Lake City Sports Complex in Salt Lake City, Utah. We'll see you later for the University of Utah against Weber State. The final score of the third place game, Utah State 5, BYU 6 in a shootout. Congratulations to the Cougars, and we'll see you in just a few moments for the first place game between Utah and Weber State.